Hi all. We are discussing current electricity. So far we discussed 3 sections, and the fourth section is Ohm's law. Ohm's law. That is, we are discussing 12th class, 3rd chapter, 4th class, 4th session, Ohm's law. See, Ohm's law is an explanation to find the value of current. We know something. We need a conductor, and that conductor is to be connected with a battery. So there is a high potential and there is a low potential, or we say there is a potential difference existing between the ends of the conductor. And that potential difference is the reason for the electric field existing. And that electric field will be making the electron to drift. That is what the current is. Now, Ohm's law states that, it's a very simple law. Ohm's law states that the more you apply the potential difference is actually the reason for the flow, right? So the more you apply the reason for the flow, the more will be the flow. So simple. The more you apply the reason for the flow, the more will be the flow. Nothing to surprise in that statement. So Ohm's law states that the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference. Is directly proportional to the potential difference you applied between the ends of the conductor. The current passing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference we applied between the ends of the conductor. So if you draw a graph, actually potential difference we are changing and current we are measuring. So the thing which is being changed is always expressed in x-axis, and the result we explain it in y-axis. So the potential difference is directly proportional to the current, or current is directly proportional to the potential difference. Means the graph will be a straight line. So V proportional to I and V by I is equal to a constant. For any conductor, V by I is a constant. Means you have multiple, you make the potential difference double, current will also be doubled. You make the potential difference triple, the current will also be triple. So that the ratio will be a constant. That V to I ratio will be a constant. And that V by I ratio is known as the resistance. What? Resistance. Or V equal to IR. What do you mean by the resistance? Suppose resistance is very small. What do you mean by resistance is very small? Resistance is very small means V small, I big. Means even with small reason, there is large flow, isn't it? For resistance to be small, what it means? V should be small and I should be large. Then only V by I will be small. So resistance small means even with small reason, there is a large flow. Means it is easy to flow. And resistance very big. What it means? Even with very high V, current is less. Means even you apply a very large value of resistance, large value of potential difference, the current flowing will be very small. What do you mean by that? Even though the reason is very high, the conductor will not allow, or conductor will restrict the current to flow. Means resistance is the measure of the opposition offered against the flow of the current. Resistance is the measure of the opposition offered by the conductor against the flow of the current. More the resistance, more is the opposition. Less the resistance, less is the opposition. So that is what we call it as the Ohm's law. Now, and for the resistance R, we'll say something more about R. R depends on certain factors. R depends on nature of material, it depends on nature of material, and it also depends on physical condition like temperature, pressure, etc. And it is also depending on the geometry of the conductor, whether it is thick, whether it is thin, whether it is long, and all. So the resistance, which is a constant, and that depends on the nature of the material, because the value of resistance is not same with steel and wood. It is not same with copper and iron, like that. So for different material, it will have different resistance. Now R equal to V by I. So what will be the unit of R? Unit will be volt divided by ampere, and it is otherwise known as ohm. Ohm, and its representation is like this, ohm. So ohm is the unit of resistance. Now we will say much more about resistance. See, the resistance, I told you resistance depends on all these factors. The resistance was found to be proportional to L. More the L, see, more length, more resistance. And it is proportional to 1 by A. Means what? Inversely proportional to area. What do you mean by that? Like broader the conductor or thicker the conductor, resistance will be less. So more the area, less is the resistance. That's by experiment we are finding. So R proportional to L by A. But you cannot expect all wires having same length and area have same resistance. That you cannot expect. Why? Because it depends on nature of the material. So for a fixed temperature value, it depends on geometry and nature of the material. Now this proportionality can be removed by using a constant for the nature of the material and for the temperature and physical conditions like that. So R equal to a constant rho into L by A, and rho is known as the resistivity. Rho is known as resistivity. Actually, that rho depends on two factors. One, nature of material, and other is temperature, pressure, etc. like physical conditions. So this resistivity, we have something more to understand about resistivity. So rho is equal to RA by L. RA by L. So what will be unit of resistivity? What will be unit of resistivity? Unit of resistivity will be equal to R is ohm, area is meter square divided by meter. It will be equal to ohm meter. Ohm meter is the unit of resistivity. Now, how can you define resistivity? When R equal to rho if A equal to 1 and L equal to 1. It's a simple trick of defining something. That is, resistivity is numerically equal to resistance of a wire. I'm repeating just for the board examination point of view, we are studying that. It's only a trick to define something. So resistivity is numerically equal to resistance of wire of uniform cross section and unit length. One thing you have to understand very carefully, resistivity depends on nature of material and temperature, pressure like conditions. But resistivity is not depending on the geometry, because resistivity is a constant we introduced because of the presence of nature of material and physical situations. This is what Ohm's law directly all about. Now there is one another term known as conductivity, conductance and conductivity. Conductance is equal to, it's represented by G, reciprocal of resistance is what we call it as conductance. So conductance high means what? Resistance less, correct? Good conductor with low opposition, that's all. So conductance is the reciprocal of resistance. So the unit of conductance will be 1 by ohm, or it's otherwise ohm raised to minus 1, or it's otherwise like this, mho. All those are the All those are the name for the unit of conductance. Mho, and there is one other term, Siemens. Siemens is one another name for it. Siemens. Siemens is the name of a electrical equipments company, right? Now, next is the conductivity. Conductivity. This is conductance, and this is conductivity. Conductivity is the reciprocal of resistivity. So its unit will be 1 by ohm meter. So that is equal to mho meter raised to minus 1 or Siemens meter raised to minus 1. So all those are about the different terms. This is the basics of Ohm's law. Okay, that's all.